People always ask, who's Maggie Dunchurch and what are her stories about? Well, it started in March 2022 with Onions. It takes place in sunny Sundridge.
Onions. Is it a tearjerker? Where's the
No.
Onions? Where's that come from?
Onions came from, well, it started with the title. I was driving home from work and I was behind an onion truck and the wipers were going and all the shavings were going everywhere, and I saw the opening scene and I rushed in the house, ran up the stairs. This is back in the day before I even had a laptop, and I sat down at the computer and I started writing, and 5 days later Onions was born. Then came Butterfly Kisses. It takes place in Berks Falls and Bala. Jaden Josden buys a house in Berks Falls she's drawn to and begins to sleepwalk.
Where does this come from? Just inside your own head? Or is it?
Yeah, it's
you write it as a reader of
Yes.
the novel. That's interesting.
yeah. I never know what's going to happen.
So you're surprised by the ending.
I am. I have my suspicions all the way along, and I think that's why I write them as fast as I do, because I can't wait to see what happens. Then came Aware.
Without spoiling too much, because we don't want to give away the whole book, and then
Right.
Well, I know what happens. I don't know if you need to pick it up, but it does take place in Huntsville. So give us an idea what the book's about, and then maybe share with us why you chose Huntsville as the primary setting for Aware.
Well, it's about a high-profile journalist, Bevan Chalmers, and she wakes up in a hospital in Huntsville, not having any idea who she is. And she's got the police there, and she's under an investigation, and she's struggling to figure out who she is, why she's there, and what's happened to bring her to that point. And she's forced to rely on Detective Furyk, who she spent her whole career trying to destroy, which she doesn't recall. She has no idea what he had ever done to her until much later in the book. Then came Silver Buttons. It takes place in Whitestone. Silver Buttons is about a girl who receives new eyes, and she had been in the darkness for 15 years, and she learned to cope, and she loved her life in the dark, is what she called it. And then she gets the eyes, and with the eyes come the memories. So she was
Of the past individual.
right. So yeah,
There's always the thought of that, right? When you're donating something
Yeah,
as
there is.
personal as eyes, ears, nose.
Yeah, like that last image that she saw before she was attacked.
been doing this a while. What's the writing process like? Do you need a certain spot to write? Quiet, loud? What's that like?
Well, it used to be anywhere. I used to live with my laptop on my lap. You know, it would be in the car with me, it'd be at work, on lunch, I'd run out to my car and sit there and write, and, you know, it was constant. Now, I write in one location, and it's at home in what I call the writing room, which is the back porch. I need to unplug, and the only thing I can hear in the writing room is the forest around me. And the best thing to hear is rain. There's something with the sound of rain that if it's raining, you know that I'm in that porch, and I'm probably writing 10, 12 hours that day.
That's Maggie Dunchurch. Find out more about her at maggiedunchurch.ca.
Come get your copy at Magnetawan Grill and Grocery, Magnetawan Home Hardware, and Magnetawan Bait and Tackle, Foodland and Kids Home Hardware in Sundridge, Collins Value Mart and Petro Canada's Capstone Market in Burkes Falls, and PharmaSave in Huntsville. Stevens, your independent grocer in Bracebridge, Lane Family PharmaSave in Perry Sound, and Bala PharmaSave in Bala. Farmer Choice and Glen Orchard's General Store in Port Carling, Canoe Fresh Food Market, and Home Hardware in Leshego, and the Duck Rock Restaurant and Gas Bar in Dunchurch. For more stores and stories, visit her online at maggiedunchurch.ca. Local stories, so locally.